Do you find yourself full of energy in the morning, only to hit a wall around 2 p.m.? That mid-afternoon energy crash that leaves you reaching for coffee, fighting to keep your eyes open, or longing for a nap. If this sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. This afternoon energy dip is incredibly common, especially for those of us over 60, but contrary to popular belief, it's not an inevitable part of aging. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from SolidSeniors. If you enjoy this video, please type "solid" in the comments. Today, we're going to explore 5 common habits that might be causing your afternoon energy crash. More importantly, we'll discuss practical solutions that can help you maintain steady energy throughout the day. These aren't complicated lifestyle overhauls, they're simple adjustments that can make a remarkable difference in how you feel during those challenging afternoon hours. Many people assume that afternoon fatigue is just part of getting older, something we have to accept and work around. But the truth is, while our energy patterns do change with age, severe afternoon crashes often signal specific habits that can be modified. Understanding these patterns gives you the power to transform your afternoons from a time of exhaustion to hours of continued productivity and enjoyment. Let's start with the first and perhaps most influential habit: your lunch choices. What you eat midday has a profound impact on your afternoon energy levels, yet many of us make lunch decisions that virtually guarantee an energy crash a few hours later. The typical Western lunch often consists of simple carbohydrates and processed foods, sandwiches on white bread, pasta dishes, or fast food options that are convenient but problematic for sustained energy. These foods cause a rapid rise in blood sugar, giving you a temporary energy boost that feels good initially. However, this spike triggers a substantial insulin response, which then drives blood sugar down rapidly, often to levels lower than before you ate. This blood sugar roller coaster manifests as that familiar afternoon slump. The timing of this crash, typically 2 to 3 hours after lunch, is no coincidence. It's the direct result of this blood sugar fluctuation, often compounded by other factors we'll discuss shortly. What's particularly challenging for seniors is that our bodies become less efficient at regulating blood sugar as we age, making these fluctuations more pronounced and their effects more severe. So what's the solution? Restructuring your lunch to balance protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates can dramatically stabilize your afternoon energy. Instead of a sandwich on white bread with chips, consider a salad with plenty of colorful vegetables, some lean protein like chicken or fish, healthy fats from avocado or olive oil, and complex carbohydrates from quinoa or sweet potatoes. Protein is particularly important at lunch because it slows digestion and provides a steady release of energy rather than a quick spike. Aim for at least 20 to 30 grams of protein at your midday meal, about the amount in a small chicken breast or a cup of Greek yogurt with some nuts. This protein-forward approach helps maintain stable blood sugar and sustained energy through the afternoon hours. Portion size also matters significantly. Many of us eat our largest meal at dinner, but from an energy perspective, this pattern works against us. A very large lunch can divert blood flow to your digestive system, leaving less oxygen-rich blood for your brain and muscles. This digestive demand creates a natural energy dip as your body focuses resources on processing that large meal. Consider shifting to a moderate-sized lunch that provides adequate nutrition without overwhelming your digestive system. This might mean eating a slightly larger breakfast, a moderate lunch focused on protein and vegetables, and a lighter dinner earlier in the evening, a pattern that aligns better with our natural circadian rhythms. The second habit that contributes significantly to afternoon fatigue is inadequate or poorly timed hydration. Dehydration is one of the most common and overlooked causes of fatigue, particularly in older adults. As we age, our thirst sensation naturally diminishes, making it easier to become dehydrated without realizing it. Even mild dehydration, just 1 to 2% below optimal, can significantly impact energy levels, concentration, and cognitive function. Many seniors get into the habit of limiting fluids to avoid frequent bathroom trips, especially when out of the house or before bedtime. While this concern is understandable, the resulting dehydration can contribute substantially to afternoon fatigue. Others simply forget to drink regularly throughout the day, only realizing they're thirsty when already experiencing the effects of dehydration. Coffee, tea, and other caffeinated beverages present another hydration challenge. While they do provide some fluid, caffeine has a diuretic effect that can increase fluid loss. Many people rely heavily on morning coffee but neglect hydration for the rest of the day, setting themselves up for afternoon dehydration and fatigue. The solution is to develop a consistent hydration strategy throughout the day. Start your morning with a full glass of water before your coffee or tea to replenish fluids lost during sleep. Then aim to drink water regularly throughout the morning hours, rather than waiting until you feel thirsty, which, remember, happens less reliably as we age. A good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily. So if you weigh 160 pounds, aim for about 80 ounces of water throughout the day. This might sound like a lot, but spreading it evenly makes it manageable. Consider keeping a water bottle with measurement markings to track your intake, or use regular drinking glasses as markers, for example, committing to finishing a glass of water every hour. The type of fluid matters too. Water is ideal, but herbal teas, clear broths, and water infused with fruits or herbs all contribute positively to hydration. Limit sugary drinks and excessive caffeine, especially after noon, as these can disrupt both hydration status and sleep patterns, creating a cycle of fatigue. If frequent urination is a concern, try front-loading your hydration in the morning and early afternoon, then tapering off in the evening hours before bed. This approach maintains good hydration during your active hours while minimizing nighttime bathroom trips that might disrupt sleep. The third habit that significantly impacts afternoon energy is sedentary behavior, particularly after lunch. Many seniors fall into routines that involve sitting for extended periods, whether watching television, reading, using computers, or driving. This sedentary pattern becomes especially problematic in the afternoon hours when our natural circadian rhythm already creates a slight dip in alertness. When we sit for extended periods, blood circulation slows, less oxygen reaches our brain and muscles, and our metabolism naturally downshifts. The body interprets this lack of movement as a signal to conserve energy, further contributing to feelings of fatigue and lethargy. For seniors, who may already experience some reduction in circulation efficiency, these effects can be particularly pronounced. What's more, remaining sedentary after eating redirects blood flow primarily to digestive processes rather than maintaining even distribution throughout the body. This digestive focus, combined with reduced movement, creates the perfect conditions for that overwhelming afternoon drowsiness. The solution isn't complicated, but it does require intentionality, movement breaks, particularly after meals and throughout the afternoon hours. Research shows that even short bursts of physical activity can significantly boost energy levels, improve circulation, and enhance cognitive function. These don't need to be formal exercise sessions. Simple movement snacks throughout the day can make a remarkable difference. After lunch, consider taking a 10 to 15-minute walk, which helps regulate blood sugar and improves digestion while boosting circulation and energy. If weather or mobility issues make outdoor walking challenging, indoor alternatives like marching in place, gentle chair exercises, or simply moving around your home can provide similar benefits. Throughout the afternoon, aim to break up periods of sitting with brief movement every 30 to 45 minutes. Set a timer if needed to remind yourself to stand, stretch, or walk around for just a few minutes before returning to your activity. These micro-breaks might seem insignificant, but they can dramatically impact your energy levels by keeping your circulation active and your metabolism engaged. Consider incorporating more movement naturally into your afternoon routine. Take phone calls while standing or walking. Do household tasks that require movement during typical low-energy periods. Garden, stretch, or practice gentle yoga when you feel the afternoon slump approaching. The key is consistency, regular movement throughout the day rather than remaining sedentary for hours followed by a single exercise session. For those with mobility limitations, even small movements can help. Seated exercises, arm circles, ankle rotations, or gentle stretching all improve circulation and energy. The important principle is breaking the sedentary pattern that contributes to afternoon fatigue. The fourth habit that significantly impacts afternoon energy levels is disrupted or insufficient sleep. While this might seem obvious, of course poor sleep leads to daytime fatigue, what's less recognized is how sleep patterns specifically affect afternoon energy. Many seniors experience changes in sleep architecture as they age, including more fragmented sleep, less deep sleep, and shifts in natural sleep timing. These changes can create a particular vulnerability to afternoon energy crashes. When sleep is insufficient or poor quality, the body's natural circadian dip in the afternoon becomes much more pronounced. What might be a gentle wave of slightly lower energy for someone who's well-rested becomes an overwhelming crash for someone with a sleep deficit. This effect is cumulative. Several nights of poor sleep intensify the afternoon slump significantly. Many seniors develop habits that unintentionally compromise sleep quality. Evening screen time exposes the eyes to blue light that suppresses melatonin production. Late-night news or stimulating content before bed can activate stress responses that make falling asleep difficult. Irregular sleep schedules, going to bed and waking at different times each day, confuse the body's internal clock and reduce sleep efficiency. Medication timing can also impact sleep quality. Some medications, including certain blood pressure medications, diuretics, antidepressants, and corticosteroids, can affect sleep when taken later in the day. Others might wear off during the night, causing early morning awakening that reduces total sleep time. The solution involves creating a consistent sleep routine that supports both sufficient quantity and quality of rest. Start by establishing regular sleep and wake times, even on weekends, to help regulate your body's internal clock. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which research shows remains important even as we age, despite common misconceptions that seniors need less sleep. Create a calming pre-sleep routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. This might include gentle stretching, reading, not on a backlit device, listening to soothing music, or meditation. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed, or use blue light filtering glasses if screen use is necessary. Make your sleep environment as conducive to quality rest as possible. Keep your bedroom cool. Around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal for most people, dark and quiet. Consider blackout curtains, white noise machines, or earplugs if environmental factors disrupt your sleep. Evaluate your mattress and pillows to ensure they provide proper support for your specific needs. Review your medication schedule with your healthcare provider to determine if adjustments in timing might improve sleep quality. Some medications work better when taken at specific times relative to sleep, and simple adjustments can sometimes make a significant difference in both sleep quality and daytime energy. If you experience excessive daytime sleepiness despite these measures, consider discussing sleep apnea screening with your doctor. Sleep apnea becomes more common with age and can severely impact sleep quality and daytime energy, yet often goes undiagnosed. Other sleep disorders like restless leg syndrome or periodic limb movement disorder also increase with age and can significantly disrupt sleep. For those who still experience afternoon fatigue despite good nighttime sleep, a strategic power nap can be beneficial. The key is timing and duration. A 20 to 30-minute nap in the early afternoon can boost alertness without interfering with nighttime sleep. Longer naps tend to induce deeper sleep stages, leading to sleep inertia, that groggy feeling upon waking, and potentially disrupting nighttime sleep patterns. The fifth habit that contributes to afternoon energy crashes involves stress management and mental fatigue. Cognitive load, the amount of mental effort being used in working memory, accumulates throughout the day. For seniors engaged in mentally demanding activities, whether managing finances, learning new skills, or even navigating complex social interactions. This cognitive load can lead to mental fatigue that manifests as a physical energy crash. Chronic stress compounds this effect significantly. When we're under stress, our bodies produce cortisol, which initially increases alertness but eventually leads to fatigue when sustained. Many seniors face ongoing stressors related to health concerns, financial pressures, family responsibilities, or loss of loved ones. Without effective stress management strategies, these pressures create a physiological burden that often manifests as afternoon fatigue. The solution involves both managing cognitive load and implementing effective stress reduction techniques. For cognitive load, try structuring your day to alternate between more and less mentally demanding tasks. Schedule complex activities requiring focused attention for your peak energy times, typically morning for most seniors, and save less demanding tasks for afternoon hours when energy naturally dips. Taking short mental breaks throughout the day helps prevent cognitive fatigue from accumulating. The Pomodoro technique, working for 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute break, was developed specifically to maintain mental freshness and can be adapted for any type of mental activity, not just work tasks. For stress management, incorporate regular relaxation practices into your daily routine. These don't need to be time-consuming. Even brief moments of mindfulness, deep breathing, or progressive muscle relaxation can help regulate stress hormones and prevent the afternoon crash that often accompanies chronic stress. Many seniors find that mindfulness meditation particularly helps with afternoon energy. A simple 10-minute practice after lunch can reset stress responses and improve energy for the hours ahead. Apps like Calm, Headspace, or Insight Timer offer guided meditations specifically designed for energy and stress management, many with options tailored for beginners. Nature exposure provides another powerful stress reduction strategy that impacts afternoon energy. Spending even 15 to 20 minutes outdoors, especially in green spaces, has been shown to lower cortisol levels and restore mental energy. Consider taking your afternoon break outside, perhaps a short walk or simply sitting in a garden or park, to combine the benefits of nature exposure with movement and fresh air. Creative or enjoyable activities can also combat the mental fatigue that contributes to afternoon energy crashes. Engaging in hobbies, music, art, or other pleasurable activities activates different neural pathways than task-oriented thinking, allowing mentally fatigued areas to recover while still maintaining engagement. This mental shifting can be particularly effective during typical low-energy periods. Social connection provides another powerful antidote to both stress and mental fatigue. Meaningful social interaction stimulates the release of oxytocin and other beneficial neurochemicals that counteract stress hormones and boost energy. Consider scheduling social activities during typical afternoon slump times. A coffee date with a friend, a phone call with a loved one, or participation in a group activity can transform what might have been a low-energy period into an energizing experience. Now that we've explored these 5 key habits, let's discuss how they interact and how to implement changes effectively. These factors, nutrition, hydration, movement, sleep, and stress management, don't exist in isolation. They form an interconnected system where improvements in one area often positively impact others, creating either virtuous or vicious cycles. For example, better hydration often improves sleep quality by preventing nighttime leg cramps or dry mouth that might cause awakening. Improved sleep enhances stress resilience, making afternoon energy crashes less likely. Regular movement improves both sleep quality and stress management while also supporting better digestion of lunch, reducing the post-meal energy dip. When implementing changes to address afternoon fatigue, consider starting with the habit that seems most problematic for you personally. Do you consistently skip breakfast and then overeat at lunch? Does your water intake drop significantly after morning hours? Do you sit for hours without moving? Identifying your primary energy-draining habit provides a focused starting point for improvement. Rather than trying to change everything at once, which rarely leads to sustainable improvement, consider a gradual approach. Choose one habit to modify first, establish that change consistently for a week or two, then add another adjustment. This progressive approach builds sustainable habits rather than overwhelming you with too many changes simultaneously. Tracking your energy patterns can provide valuable insights during this process. Consider keeping a simple energy journal for a week, noting your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10 at different times throughout the day, along with brief notes about meals, hydration, activity, and stress levels. This record often reveals patterns you might not otherwise notice. Perhaps your energy consistently crashes after certain foods, or improves following specific activities. This tracking process also establishes your personal baseline, making improvements more noticeable and motivating. Many seniors are surprised to discover how much their afternoon energy improves with relatively simple adjustments to daily habits. What once seemed like an inevitable age-related energy decline reveals itself as a modifiable pattern. Let's now explore some specific strategies for implementing changes in each of the 5 key areas we've discussed. For nutrition, consider preparing balanced lunch options in advance to make healthy choices easier during busy days. Batch cooking protein sources like chicken breasts, hard-boiled eggs, or bean salads provides ready components for quick, balanced meals. If you find yourself hungry between meals, plan nutritious snacks that combine protein and complex carbohydrates, perhaps apple slices with almond butter, Greek yogurt with berries, or hummus with vegetable sticks. These balanced snacks help maintain stable blood sugar and sustained energy, preventing the crashes that often follow high-carbohydrate snack choices like crackers or cookies. For hydration, visual cues and routines can be particularly helpful. Consider marking a water bottle with time indicators to pace your intake throughout the day. Establish hydration routines linked to regular activities, perhaps drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning, another before each meal, and another when taking any medications. These habit stacks make consistent hydration more automatic. Enhancing water's appeal can also increase consumption. Adding slices of citrus fruits, cucumber, berries, or herbs like mint can make water more enticing without adding significant calories or artificial ingredients. Herbal teas, either hot or iced depending on preference and season, provide flavorful hydration alternatives. For movement, look for natural opportunities to incorporate activity throughout your day, particularly during typical low-energy periods. Perhaps stand and move during television commercials, walk while talking on the phone, or establish a mid-afternoon routine of gentle stretching or household tasks that require movement. Consider setting movement alarms on your phone or watch to remind you to stand and move briefly every 30 to 45 minutes. Even 2 to 3 minutes of movement, marching in place, arm circles, or walking around your home, can significantly impact circulation and energy levels when done consistently throughout the day. For those with mobility limitations, chair exercises can provide similar benefits. Simple seated movements like shoulder rolls, seated marches, ankle circles, or gentle twists maintain circulation and muscle engagement without requiring standing or walking. The key principle remains breaking up extended periods of sedentary behavior with movement, whatever form that movement takes for your specific situation. For sleep improvement, consistency is particularly important. Establish a regular sleep schedule and pre-sleep routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. This routine might include changing into comfortable clothes, dimming lights, engaging in relaxing activities, and avoiding stimulating content or conversations. Review your sleep environment critically. Is your bedroom conducive to quality rest? Is your mattress supportive for your current needs? Are light and noise controlled? Is the temperature comfortable for sleeping? These environmental factors significantly impact sleep quality and can often be modified relatively easily. If racing thoughts interfere with falling asleep, consider establishing a worry time earlier in the evening. Spend 15 to 20 minutes writing down concerns, making to-do lists for tomorrow, or journaling about the day. This practice helps clear mental clutter before bedtime, allowing easier transition to sleep. For stress management, identify techniques that resonate with you personally and can be integrated realistically into your daily routine. Brief mindfulness practices, deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or even simple moments of focused attention on something pleasant can be effective when practiced consistently. Consider how technology might support your stress management efforts. Apps offering guided relaxation, nature sounds, or gentle music can provide accessible tools for brief stress reduction breaks throughout the day. For those who enjoy learning, podcasts or audiobooks on stress management and mindfulness can provide both techniques and motivation for regular practice. Nature Connection offers another accessible stress management approach. Even brief exposure to natural environments, whether a backyard garden, local park, or simply a view of trees or sky, can reduce stress hormones and restore mental energy. Consider incorporating outdoor time into your daily routine, particularly during typical low-energy periods. As you implement these changes, remember that individual responses vary. What works dramatically for one person might have more subtle effects for another. Age, health conditions, medications, and individual physiology all influence how these habits affect your energy patterns. The key is personalization, observing your own responses and adjusting accordingly. It's also worth noting that while these habit changes address the most common causes of afternoon fatigue, persistent energy issues sometimes signal underlying health conditions that require medical attention. If you've implemented reasonable lifestyle adjustments and still experience significant afternoon fatigue, consider consulting your healthcare provider. Conditions like anemia, thyroid disorders, sleep apnea, depression, or vitamin deficiencies can cause fatigue that doesn't fully respond to lifestyle modifications alone. Certain medications can also contribute to daytime sleepiness as a side effect. A thorough medical evaluation can identify these underlying factors and lead to appropriate treatment. For most seniors, however, addressing the 5 key habits we've discussed, nutrition, hydration, movement, sleep, and stress management, leads to significant improvements in afternoon energy. The cumulative effect of these adjustments often transforms the afternoon hours from a time of frustrating fatigue to a period of continued productivity and enjoyment. What's particularly encouraging is that these changes create benefits beyond just afternoon energy. The same habits that prevent the 2 p.m. crash also support overall health, cognitive function, mood stability, and quality of life. Better sleep improves memory consolidation and emotional regulation. Balanced nutrition supports immune function and tissue repair. Regular movement maintains mobility and independence. Effective stress management supports cardiovascular health and resilience. As we conclude, remember that afternoon fatigue is not an inevitable consequence of aging that must be accepted. Rather, it's often the result of specific habits that can be modified, allowing you to maintain more consistent energy throughout your day. Small, sustainable changes in daily routines can yield remarkable improvements in how you feel during those challenging afternoon hours. What stood out to you the most from our discussion today? Which of these habits do you think might be contributing to your afternoon energy dip? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video from SolidSeniors.